They changed the face of the $100?
No, just the design.
Yeah,
just the designs changed for us,
it,
and we would
so
like to see
plain.
more changes and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so that's
it is plain. What's good, y'all? It's the Demouchets React, and we're back with another video. Who we got today, C?
Today we are back with another American reaction. We're super excited about this video, guys. If you're new to us and we're new to you, make sure you scroll down,
hit that red subscribe button,
and turn on the post notification bell
because we're on the road to 50K.
And we cannot get there without you guys.
Yes, let's get it, man.
Join the family. Without further ado, let's get into the video.
Queen Elizabeth II has sat on the throne for over 67 years,
Woo!
making her the longest reigning monarch in British history. But without seeming morbid or insensitive, at 93 years old, the logistical concerns of what exactly will happen when her reign ends are already being prepared for. There are many plans and procedures in place, and some excellent YouTube videos detailing these, but none have really examined what will happen to our money. Will our banknotes still be legal tender? And if so, for how long? And will Prince Charles start appearing on them? And when can we realistically expect this to happen? In this video, I'm going to make an educated guess by looking at previous examples from both here in the UK and other countries around the world. If you enjoy this video, please consider subscribing. Let's start with the coins. To begin with, coins with the Queen on them will continue to be issued for the remainder of the year she dies, but all new coins from the following year onwards will feature Prince Charles, or rather King Charles. Although Buckingham Palace doesn't comment on matters of the accession, it's widely believed that Prince Charles has already sat for these portraits, and likely updates them in preparation every few years. And on these new coins, he will face to the left, the opposite direction to the Queen. There's an interesting tradition that the direction the monarch faces must change with each new successor. As for the existing 30 billion coins with the Queen on them, they'll likely continue to be used for potentially many decades. We can look to the Queen's own accession to the throne as an indicator. When her father, King George VI, died, coins bearing his image stayed in circulation for almost 20 years. In fact, you could even find coins dating all the way back to Queen Victoria, which were now almost 100 years old and understandably very worn down. The only reason all the coins were then removed...
Wait a minute. Y'all still got Queen Victoria money?
Why didn't change her face?
They still can use it, I guess. Like, you know how, like, we used to have, like, the $2 bill? We can't use that anymore. And some people still have them.
Yeah, it's more like a thing you hang on the wall, be like, oh, $2 bills are rare. You don't see this as much. So I'm guessing that's a rare, you know.
Queen Victoria?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's fallback, huh?
It was because of decimalisation in 1971, when coins such as a sixpence and shilling were swapped for the pounds and pence we use today. So the Queen's coins would circulate alongside Prince Charles's indefinitely, until some kind of seismic change in our currency occurred. This would probably be the same in other countries whose coins also feature the Queen, such as Canada and New Zealand, but Australia might very well take a different approach. There's been growing calls for Australia to become a republic in recent years, and whilst Australians are generally very fond of the Queen, the same can't be said for the monarchy as a whole. Many politicians, including former Prime Minister Julia Gillard, have said that they believe it would be an appropriate time for Australia to finally become a republic when the Queen's reign ends. So the Queen and future monarchs might just altogether disappear from the dollar-doo. The matter of what will happen to banknotes, however, is a little more open to debate. Like the coins, the banknotes issued for the remainder of the year will still feature the Queen, replaced by Prince Charles at the beginning of the next. But from there, I personally speculate there will be three likely scenarios. First up, a straight swap of portraits. Normally our banknotes are updated approximately every 15 years. The old paper £5 note, for instance, was released in 2002, and then today's polymer note 14 years later in 2016. It's therefore assumed that they'll be redesigned once again around the year 2030, give or take a few years. So if the Queen was to die soon, they might just keep the same notes, but replace her portrait with Charles's, and let the two...
So as the currency changes throughout the years, are the currencies still valuable to, you know, to use at the time? You know what I'm saying?
So
that means they have more money than they actually think they have.
Right.
They probably have so many different bills that all has the same value on it. Mm-hmm. It's keep changing as time goes
faces.
on. Right.
Yeah. Well, her dad passed away long ago. Mm-hmm. So I don't know about the dollars. Well, not dollars, the banknotes. It's interesting, you know, in comparison to our money. Our money, I don't know, like, during the time that, you know, the older presidents was alive, like, what they... I just never thought to look into that. Our money don't change.
Okay, so let's go this way with it. With us, we have a dollar bill coin. Mm-hmm. We have a $2 bill. We can still use that at the register. I haven't personally used a $2 bill.
You can't use the $2.
You cannot? Mm-mm. You can't get $2 back?
$2 is not valuable anymore.
Well. What about the dollar bill? The dollar bill coin.
Oh, I remember when we were younger, they would give us money. But then I remember having to call into a company because it's looked at as an antique. Like the 50-cent coins.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it was looked at as an antique and they would give us money back.
Wait, so it wasn't a dollar bill coin? It was a 50-cent coin?
I think it was a 50-cent and a dollar coin.
Okay. Well, yeah, that was the question at hand, though. Like, does it still value, you know what I'm saying, as other dollars does? And if so, wouldn't it mean they have more money at the end of the day? Because you can have this set of dollars, then she can have this style, then this person has this face on it, but it all has the same. I don't
think the dollar amount changes. But I do know that we were in talks of changing with Harriet Tubman.
Right.
I don't know where that process is now, but our money don't change. It would be great to have some new faces.
Yeah, our money. The last bill that changed was the $100, and
they changed the face of the $100.
No, just the design.
Yeah,
just the designs changed for us, and we would like to see more changes and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so that's
it is plain. It really is too.
Circulate simultaneously, as with the coins. So that's one option. But if the Queen were to die in 10 years or so, or much closer to 2030, we might simply jump-start the redesign process early. There would be little point in going through the cost, time and effort.
Now, I think they already did the whole design at hand. Like, they 10 steps ahead.
Redesign and replace them shortly afterwards. The third option is what I think is probably the most likely, and I'd like to thank my subscriber, Pira, for kindly sending me these notes. There are a lot of similarities between the Queen's reign and that of Thailand's King Bhumibol Adulyadej, who died in October 2016 after over 70 years on the throne. The country entered a year of mourning, and 6 months after that year ended, banknotes featuring the new king were issued. Oh. These notes aren't by any means identical to the old, but they aren't quite an all-out redesign either.
Okay, so as I was going to ask, but can you still use both notes?
I believe so. They said that her dad notes were in circulation for 20 years after he passed, so I believe so. I don't think it's like not going to be able to, you know.
Like, you just get money that was from years ago and be like, oh, can't use it.
Well, they still using Queen Victoria.
Obviously. So, if that's still if that was still being used, then I'm pretty sure they're using these notes as well.
Right.
Gotta pop off this dollars, bro. Let that money do its job.
The same size and colour, but now featured the new king. And the country took the opportunity to make some additional updates and changes too. The new 1,000 baht note in particular is a really lovely banknote, featuring the previous and current kings together, father and son. But I don't think the changes are quite drastic enough to constitute calling.
Is there a reason, y'all, why? Is there a reason why we don't show our teeth on a banknote? Like, why nobody smile? Like, I don't see a serious smile. Like
yeah, because if it was us, we'll be.
Yeah, like, hey, we put on the thing like.
I want you to be happy when you see this.
Yeah, like smile. Like, I didn't yet to see, like, never seen a note where they was smiling. Like,
you know,
that's a question.
Serious, formal. You know, just like
put together
portrait. Yeah.
Portrait.
I've never seen Queen Elizabeth like smiling on a portrait. I could be wrong. You know, that's not my country. I could be wrong. But from what I've seen, I've never seen her like really smile. Maybe a little smirk.
You think a bill with somebody cheesing on there would be a good thing?
Man, let me tell you. I go cash in that
check. That's a happy money.
And I see smiles.
Smiles about something, but oh, you know, I'm be smiling for the same thing.
Yes.
I feel you.
So I think this is the most likely scenario in the UK. We'll get a slightly refined sort of handover note featuring Prince Charles. That's not identical to the existing notes, but isn't exactly worlds apart either. And the changes that are made will be enough to push back an entire redesign by maybe 10 or 15 years.
Ooh.
In Australia, however, as we saw with the coins, the Queen could
money.
potentially disappear from the $5 bill too, and perhaps even from the Canadian $20 bill. Last year, Canada began releasing a new series of vertical banknotes, starting with the $10. This note is a radical redesign, replacing the country's first Prime Minister, John A. Macdonald, with civil rights activist Viola Desmond, after almost half a century on the note. And the country are releasing the rest of the notes incredibly slowly, at 3 to 5 year intervals. It's very possible then that the Queen's reign could have ended by the time they release the new $20 bill. And if they continue breaking tradition, as I suspect they may, the British monarch could forever disappear from Canada's back.
Yo, we need new updates on our money, yo.
Yes.
It gotta happen, bro. Like, where the dollar I just had? We got a dollar that been sitting in our hands since before I was even born. Like, we need new updated money. Like, the currency for us need to be more shinier. We need to look at it and be like, I mean, because if you think about the times we live in, we got the technology to do that.
Right. I would love to see, you know, our first black president
Facts.
on our money.
First black, yes.
Who else has been monumental?
And like you said,
Martin Luther King. I want to see some Martin Luther King on some money.
Put him on something, a coin or something.
On a coin.
I'll flip him all day, right? What? Come on, man.
Yes. Notes too. Once again, this is all speculation, mere educated guesswork, and no one knows for certain. Our president is 67 years out of date, and models from other countries and cultures aren't necessarily a perfect fit when applied elsewhere. But when the Queen's reign eventually ends, as sad as it will be, we'll see a whole host of changes to our currencies, even if we're not yet sure precisely what form that will take.
They put a dollar bill in there. You saw that dollar bill?
Yeah, I saw it, but I ain't think I saw it. But I think I saw it. I personally think they're gonna change it. I think the new king is going to get his face on it.
Yeah.
Because if you look at history, it's repeating itself. So it's going to show respect, and they're going to give that you know what I'm saying, I don't want to use the wrong word, but they're going to give him his respects that he deserves to have as the king and everything that he can do. You know what I'm saying? So I believe they're going to make that switch.
Yes, I want to see what Australia is going to do, and Canada, what they're going to do with their money, especially because, you know, her reign has ended. So let's congratulate her on her 70 years. You know, it's a new era for your country, and I'm excited to see the changes that are coming up.
Facts.
Yeah. So we hope you all have enjoyed this video with us. Like this video, subscribe, turn on the post notification bell. We have enabled our super thanks if you would like to support the channel that way. And we have enabled our join feature if you would like to become a VIP member of our channel and get access to exclusive perks, you know, more of the Demouchets. All right. Our mailing address is in the description box below. We'll see you soon.
Peace.